Doctor Who State of Decay, the 39th story of the 4th Doctor, is written by Terrance Dicks and starring Tom Baker, Lalla Ward, Matthew Waterhouse and John Leeson. The second story of the E-Space trilogy, and Terrance Dicks came back to write this story. The title was going to be called The Wasling and The Witch Lords, but got changed to The State of Decay. Apparently there was going to be the vampire mutations for the first season 15 serial, and what would have happened is the Doctor and Leela investigates 3 vampires who violently controls a medieval Earth village, but the idea got ditched because BBC didn't want vampires in Doctor Who. At the same time they did Dracula TV series starring Louis Jarridon, so it got replaced by Horror of Fanrock. However, the scripts later got changed a bit and reused for this story, so he meets 3 who rule as the villagers, collected residents. If Cole serves 3 who rule, he could end up be like those people before him, never to be seen or heard from again. This is unsettling. So the Doctor and Romana arrived and went out for a walk, and while Adric is intruding the TARDIS, he convinces K9 to let him out because he shouldn't be inside, so he did. So Adric met a couple living in the house after trying to nick a food, but he got caught. So they allow him to stay, however, because it's dangerous at night. The Doctor and Romana gets taken by men and got taken into a cave. So the Doctor looks at the computer, seeing the faces of 3 who rule. The Doctor and Romana got free, but then as they make their way through the forest, they get attacked by bats.
Look!
They, however, flew away. There was Habris, so the Doctor and Romana gets escorted into the castle and meet Zargo and Camilla as they're having a feast. Romana accidentally spilt and broke the glass of wine, and Camilla seems to be a bit curious with her blood.
Let me see, please, let me see. Really, there's no need to make such a fuss over a few drops of blood.
Meanwhile, as Adric is working, Habris came and Adric gets taken because he's the chosen one. So the guard alerted Zargo and Camilla, so they left. The Doctor and Romana takes a look around. My god, this gave me the goosebumps because of the sound of heartbeats. And as they saw corpses that are drained, the Doctor looks inside the fuel tank and it reveals to be blood. As they reach to the resting place, Orkun came and welcomed the Doctor and Romana to his domain. Tom Baker, again, is great as the 4th Doctor, more than words can say. So is Lalla Ward as Romana, very likeable and independent companion, who's also a Time Lord. John Leeson is great as K9, I always loved the robot dog, ever since I was a kid. Matthew Waterhouse is Adric, great companion and has great development. Emrys James played Science Officer Anthony O'Connor of the Hydrax, who got caught up in E-Space and serves the King Vampire. William Lindsay played Zargo, who was once called Captain Miles Sharkey. Rachel Davis played Camilla, who was once called Lauren Macmillan, a navigational officer. 3 who rule are 3 human beings who got turned into vampires after fell into E-Space. And I thought they're pretty terrifying. The Great One, not that Great One, this Great One, aka the King Vampire, the King Ishgaroth, the Great Vampire, who's from the Spiral. Ishgaroth is the leader of the vampires, fantastic villain, love to see more of it. Arthur Hewlett played Kalmar, who's the leader of the rebellion against the 3 who rule, and a scientist. Thane Bettany played Tarak, who's Kalmar's group member, and undercover as one of the guards. Clinton Graham played Ivor, the headman of this village. Rhoda Lewis played Marta, Ivor's wife. Dean Allen played Carl, Ivo and Marta's son, who sadly got killed and his blood is fed to the King Vampire. Ian Rattray played Habris, head of guard. Stacey Davis played Veros, member of Kalmar's group. Stuart Blake played Zoldas, a guard who served Habris. The cast did an incredible job. The sets, effects and music by Paddy Kingsland is superb. So the Doctor and Romana finds out Adric went with them in the TARDIS, so the Doctor seems like he's getting hypnotised by Yukon. So Romana threw a pillar at him, but Zargo and Camilla came in, planned to feed on the blood. So the Doctor and Romana gets locked up in the cell, but then rescued by Tarak. So the Doctor went back to the TARDIS to find Rassilon's records about the vampires who fell into E-Space, while Romana went with Tarek pretending to be a god to rescue Adric while he's about to get sacrificed. While waking Adric up, Zargo and Camilla woke up, Tarek is killed and Romana is about to get attacked. Yukon stops them for sacrifices. The Doctor arrives at the cave and convinces men to start attacking vampires. Kalmar hesitated, so he showed them a scanner of the king vampire, so he changed his mind. So while there's an argument between Adric and Romana because Adric accepts getting the power, we get a great battle scenes, especially with K9. So after the 3 vampires' times are up, they age to death and decompose very quickly, which is well done for low budget and pretty gross. And same thing happened to the Great One. The Doctor fixes the computer for Kalmar. Then as the TARDIS team went back in the TARDIS, the Doctor plans to take Adric back home. However, he didn't. So, that's State of Decay, and this is a great story, nice horror vibes. What did you think of this story? Drop your thoughts in the comments down below. And to wrap up in E-Space Trilogy, I'll be talking about Warrior's Gate. Next, I shall see you in the next video.